Selmer Treble and Bass. This is the last of the treble and basses that they did. It's RS 50 RSV. R stands for reverb. Weird looking amplifier, this one. Just have a bit of a breeze across and you can see. So we've got two channels. You can hone in there. Two channels, volume, treble and bass. We've got a presence stuck right in the middle between the two. And then if we hope, we've got the reverb. Right, so we're in looking in the back, and some capacitors in this amp. I can see there's two there, and they are 32, and there'll be 32 plus 32, those. But if we hone in the back, right inside there, you might just be able to see, you can just see, you can see four more hiding away in there, or is there three? There's four, I think. There's four in there, yeah. You can just see the tip of the last one, top of the last one there. And I just move back. So we've got power transformer with the impedance selector on top, which is a much safer option normally than having those crude plugs that they have on the back, a lot of them. Output transformer, choke at the back of there, and the tubes in here, a nice pair of groove tubes, and they're looking, according to the paint on there, at least they're looking reasonably good order, those. I don't think they've been in. So here's one of the bolts that I've taken out, and if we hone in on it, you can see that Mr. Strip Screw's been in there. That's a right mess. Look at that. So that slot's that wide in there. I can actually open that with a penny. So for all you a British 1 penny, if you've never seen one before, I'm not sure what you'd have equivalent to that in your money. Dime maybe, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, and that's very thin. So I could, that screw is so damaged, I can open it with that. I think on closer inspection, somebody's had the saw in that. Dearie me. I know we normally look at the top first, but given those screws, excuse me. I know we normally look in the top first, but given those screws, I wanted to look in here. So this has had some work done to it, and it's had these. Not sure what caps they are. Are they Mallory's? But anyway, it's had some work done to it, as you can see there. And they've been done reasonable. In the eyelets, they're not too bad, those. So somebody's done some work. Bias pot adjuster, I'm guessing that's been added, could be wrong, but so that's a good start there. So we've got a few caps. I presume these caps aren't that old. I'm just looking at them, just trying to look off the camera at them. I think I still want to test those though, to be sure. But yeah, that's a promising start. So if we just hone back down here, we've got electrolytic there. That's an old one, and then we've got the two caps that we saw earlier, which are here. If we can just zoom in, you can see there with the drop-in resistor on, and then there's another one there. It's a bit hard to get the camera in there. We can see, and then there's the other four that are up here. So there's a lot of. I'm guessing they must be in. They are in series. Yeah, you see the cable going across there. So they are in series, and you can see that the one on the back right there looks a bit lampy on there. So, but the resistors don't look like they've ever, they don't look crispy or anything, do they, those? So here's the board with the diodes on there, and those funny shaped diodes, as I always call them. And that's done as a bridge rectifier, that. rather large resistor there. Not sure what that's doing. That is 5,000 ohms. That one there, that looks about 10 watts to me. That's coming off the power supply and feeding these two wires. I'm not sure what that, I tell you what I think that might be. I think, I've got a feeling that that is to do with that light in that standby switch. I don't know what makes me think that, because I've never looked in one of these before. But that's what I think that could be. So we'll investigate that. So we're going to look where those two wires there go. We'll investigate that. But everything else, got a ground bus there going along there. This don't look, oh, what's that there? I think we'll just give that a dab with the soldering iron and clean it up, but other than that, but yeah, this looks pretty good in here. These screens, so what's happening with those screen resistors? So we've got screen, that looks like a screen resistor. He's a beast, and he is 2200 ohms. Is that a screen resistor? Just have to have a look. And then we've got another one here, and that's 600 ohms, I think. Sorry, I ain't got the camera on that, have I? I'm trying to look over it to read it. It's got such a small screen on this camera. Yeah, so that looks like 622. Oh, that's not on the valve. You fool. No, that's not on the valve. Ignore me. It's Saturday morning. So I'm not sure what that's doing. We'll have to look at that and see what that is doing. But whatever it's doing, if it is a screen, there isn't one over the other, so they must be sharing it if it is. I would think. So I might mod that and put some proper screen resistors on it. But that, I don't see anything burnt. Like I say, all these caps have been changed, and it's reasonable work. So yeah, I must admit, when I saw those screws, I was thinking, ooh, but they could have been done years ago. But yeah, that's looking good. So let's turn it over and have a look at the top. So those two wires there do go to that standby switch. You can see them coming up there. We just zoom a bit, coming up there. So I think they're regulating the voltage for the light. Could be wrong, but that's what it's looking like. So we've got these three caps here, 4 caps even. Yeah, if I could count. And they are, I'm trying to look over the camera again, and they are 100 microfarad, I think. So wide in series at 50, those, I would guess. So yeah, 4 of those will have to be changed. Those are those caps that ERIE, I think that's, I pronounce that Erie. But yeah, those, see those a lot in British amps from this sort of era, from kind of 1970 onwards. So yes, it's so over here, and a lot of screening on this amp. You notice how these are again, you know, screened, and it makes really good that they've done this. It's quite a well thought out chassis. So if we just, it's really funny because I can remember these amps when I was young, and everybody was like, they're crap, they're no good. But in actual fact, they're actually really well put together amps. It's just cosmetically, when you look at them from the outside, they don't look so great, do they? But when you actually look at how this is constructed, this is not bad at all. I'm not sure what they're about. Oh, they'll be for the reverb, sorry, of course they are, yeah. They'll be for the reverb, to mount the tank. So the tank obviously mounts in there, and if we hone in for the tank there, so that tank obviously mounts I would have thought, man, there's only single screws on, single holes. So you look there, we've only got one heel, but we've got two mountings there, one mounting there. That's, oh, there's two on that. Have I got my thumb over the other one? I'm not really sure what's going on there with that. But anyway, that reverb is tatered, and in fact, I've decided with this amp that I'm not actually going to use the reverb. And believe it or not, I actually bought another one of these, which is winging its way from the blessed eBay, which is where this one came from, as we speak, somewhere in the delivery network. I don't think I'll be getting it this morning because it's Saturday. Now this one, I'm going to mod it and keep this one for myself. The other one I'm going to just restore, and then that one will probably go up for sale. Let's just look at these preamp valves. Not sure what that is. Let me just zoom in. I'm not sure what that one is. Groove tube, that's 12x7, GT12x7R. That doesn't look that old, does it really? Those pins look quite clean. Another one, we can see that logo on again, but we can't see what it says. So yeah, nondescript, we'll have to call that. And another groove tube in the first stage, and again that looks relatively new. So yeah, premium. It's a premium tube. And out of this last socket, this lonely ECC83 that's been banished into the naughty corner over there. Look, it's like he's sat in the naughty corner. Yeah, he's another one of those with that label on that you can't read on that one. I'm afraid you can see there. So we'll put him back in the naughty corner. He's back in the naughty corner. I don't know what he's done, but there he is anyway. There's the reverb transformer hiding away down there. So, and you can see the wires coming off that. But on this one, as I say, I'm not going to bother using the reverb. There's obviously, we've got 5 12x7s in this amp, and I've got a feeling that one of them's only one triode is being used in one of those valves. So when I remove that reverb and the circuitry, that's going to give me some triodes to play with to mod this amp, and that's what I'm going to do. So there we are. That seems to have covered most of that. You can see the EQ is got the EQs actually on the pots, and there on those, it's like one of those polystyrene caps there. They're usually good, usually test good. They don't usually go bad. They'll not have had a lot of voltage on anyway, being on the tone stacks. So yes, that's in actual fact, I had a few misgivings about that. I did see some of the photographs on eBay, and obviously when someone's been inside an amp, you're worrying. Well, that's the postman, if you heard that, by the way, dropping things through the door. You kind of get a bit worried, but this is actually quite a solid thing. The work that's been done on it has been done reasonably well, so probably just touch those eyelets up a bit and put a crown on and make them look nice. But that's just me being finicky. But they're in the eyelets and they've made a good job of it, so that's good. Needs a recap, so really we need 6 can caps, and at that point, and then there's a couple of other caps in there, and if those Mallory's are all right, that's about all this needs. So and then we can have some fun modding it. So now I've plugged the guitar into it. The bass channel, I use the bass channel, which sounds the best to me out of both of the channels. But there's some DC leaking somewhere, because when I'm plugged into it, if I turn the volume on my guitar, it's scratchy. So there's something wrong there as well, leaky cap somewhere. The normal channel, the guitar channel, that works okay. It just seems to be lacking a bit of oomph, so maybe that's again capacitor related. I don't know, or it's probably tube related, but we'll get to the bottom of that. So that's the Selmer RSV 50 watt treble and bass. That's just a quick video of the first look inside. This I've got a few projects on the bench at the moment, so it might be a few weeks before we get to grips on this, but we will be giving this amp a good fettle and then doing some mods on it. So thanks for watching, and if you've not subscribed to the channel and you'd like to, please do so. I really appreciate that. And you all take good care, and I'll see you all in a future video. So bye bye for now.